Just give me the fucking
since
album.
2018.
Push, but I will hear you even more clear.
Push,
just give me the fucking album. All right, he back. Push, the king of coke, the Joker. I ain't have enough time to get a haircut, but I got enough time for this. I don't want to make this intro too long, but I actually gotta make it known that I like Pusha T's music a lot. You could take it all the way back to the early 2000s with legendary group Clips. You know, I wasn't old enough to listen to this at the time, but you know, I went back and listened to it. I did my due diligence for sure. Hey, legendary duo, Lord Willin', Hell Have No Fury. Then of course the Honorable Malice leaves the group and becomes this Christian rapper slash pastor. You know, shout out Malice. Left us with Pusha T in a solo career, which, you know, I will say has been pretty impressive up to this point. To me, his latest effort in Daytona being a masterpiece of an album, I feel like that's a great way to describe the project, being a masterpiece, because it wasn't perfect, but it was still great. I feel like that's going to be a project that's going to be closely looked at as a classic in the next few years. Like the fact that you had 7 tracks, a small room for error, and still over-delivered. Like, I love this album. I was about to say I like it, but I love this joint. Like, I'm sorry, I got to go over this project. I'm sorry, but like when you look at this project, honestly, like the production, the perfect sequencing, like the way he was able to stretch his pen so far with rarely ever stepping out the confines of white bricks. A great chess move on Infrared, which started a big moment in hip hop for all of us, to be honest with you, and still has Drake clamoring saying, oh, my thirst for revenge is uncontrollable. Like nigga, 4 years later, that's why I expect this joint to be hard, because the way he's been moving after that Drake situation, like, it just boosted his morale. The energy he's giving off is, I'm that nigga and nobody can tell me otherwise because of what I did to Buddy. But fuck all that, it's almost dry. I like the title, but can we stop trying to be so different with the album covers? Like, come on, bro. I'm just excited for Push simply because he can rap and sounds great doing it. But I'm expecting him to get a little introspective and personable. For me, Push has always come off as a character instead of like an actual person, with how cold-hearted he is and his ability to make himself sound like a villain in a movie. So I would like to know about your actual life other than the peaks and valleys of your drug dealing experience. There's so much I haven't learned about Push over his career. And at this point, I wonder if, like, that's by design. On this joint, we got Ye and Pharrell half and half. If this isn't good, I would be highly disappointed. 2 legends on production, half and half. On paper, that's I already heard Diet Coke and Hear Me Clearly. Hear Me Clearly was on Nigo's project. I did a reaction to that. Diet Coke, that's on my channel as well. Other than that shit, that's all I got. Pusha T, it's almost dry. Track 1, Brambleton.
We was out in Brambleton after Coupes got hit. Club entourage in that new drop 6. But my Norfolk niggas, they was on some shootout shit. You and I, we were different riding Biggies, but was riding on some Tupac shit. We was why would I wanna hold you down when I know you got the bags, this should go to down.
First of all, Pharrell did his thing on the production. The layering that Pharrell does, you can just tell he structures everything. You can tell that every little sound, he does that. Every little intricate piece, he does it. The song progresses, and you know where you can tell it's getting somewhere. It's not like, you know, a Kanye beat would say it's just something like a loop over and over. You know, outside of Dark Twisted Fantasy and stuff like that. He used to do beats where, you know, beats for Jay, like on Blueprint, where he would just, you know, give Jay a sample and he would just rap over the sample loop. But this is totally different. This is actually something that you have to piece together.
Man on 18, revolving doors on them whores, they play things.
That shit hard! Hey, that shit hard. Just that, bro. Like, it's nothing happening. Like, it's literally nothing happening, but like, it's just hard.
Really, it's about me. He channeled it through you. Had a million answers, didn't have Michael Kiss, Fredo, and Godfather 2. Names they can sing.
Hey, all my Mob movie fans, I know it was you, Fredo. I know it was you. Bro, this nigga tried to fake like he, come on, bro. You know you betrayed the fam. You know you did. My man Mike had to get on for that. Pusha T's old manager or something like that. And he was talking about how Pusha wasn't really in the streets, and, you know, he was more of a middleman. And, you know, I was like, damn, I didn't know that. I really didn't care, honestly, either. I just care if the music good. But this is a good little response to that. Actually, a lot of things I like about this track. I like that Juice reference he threw in there. Q Bishop. Damn, I gotta say fuck Bishop, but no, that's Tupac, and I love Tupac. But, you know, yeah, still fuck Bishop. The production was real magical. You can tell it was Pharrell right when it came on. That's how you have to categorize Pharrell now. It's just Pharrell's beats. Pharrell's production. Like, there's no need to say anything else because he has such a distinct sound and nobody sounds like him. He's birthed so many producers. Tyler, the Creator, you know, a lot of LA producers also copy a lot of his sounds, and he's from Virginia. Everybody, like Midwest, like everybody pulls something from Pharrell. This beat right here is really just a stem of that. You know, it's not nothing too crazy from Pharrell, but it's him. I'm not sure if they wanted this to compare to like anything they did in the Eclipse days, but this is definitely giving me that vibe. All the first track, I like Pusha's flow, great production. Not nothing too crazy yet that we haven't heard from Pharrell and Push before, but you know, I'm liking it. Track 2, Let the Smokers Shine the Coupes. Damn, I like that title. Hey, if you grew up in the hood, you know what that means.
The fuck?
Oh, it's about to be a fun album, bro. I can already tell.
Oh my god, this shit is crazy. Facts.
Gotta put the Joker laughs in the background. You just have to. This nigga say he's cocaine's Dr. Seuss. I don't see no other way you can explain this nigga. This nigga is literally, well, he already said this, so I ain't about to.
Let the Smokers Shine the Coupes.
Whatever happened to Black Marquis?
Bird feathers the chief line. That was crazy. I like this track. To me, it's a prototypical Push track with him just designing it around his drug talking, his extravagant things in life. I think what makes this song so great in itself is that the production is fire. Like this shit is carrying Push. It's not carrying him because he's still doing this thing lyrically. The production is the focal point of this project so far. It's not necessarily Push rapping. He's not the independent figure that's being held to a high regard. I think it's all of them. You know what I mean? I think it's Kanye, Pharrell, and Push. You know, it's not just him by itself. So I can see they gonna come with it too. But Pharrell is eating these niggas lunch on the production right now. Track 3, Dreamin of the Past featuring Let's Go, Ye. Let's go.
Slayers, so pray for the players. We hollow the walls and back up bodega. I got plenty. It's so many.
I'm never gonna get through this shit. Like what's about to happen? Like, I'm scared.
My way keeping niggas on the bikes like ambling. Weight loss, rent loss, scrambling. Now pass the champagne.
Oh.
Champion. My niggas get money.
Fuck no. Fucking E.T. That line was phenomenal.
Block me. You hollering top 5. I only see top me. Award show.
Is that Push or Ye?
Niggas ain't drip, you trying. Kevlar, this Balenciaga jacket lining.
Oh, did I hear the way he riding them drums? Like this thing can flip any sample. Shout out Donnie Hathaway. You know, I know this sample because I'm a soul nigga. Am I tripping? Like, is this song not that good? Like I don't know.
To reinvent the wheel, just a better design. Critics, he's out of his mind. Always where the money's at, like lottery signs. Still I climb, rockstar, dirty mind. Puff and puff in the club, then I gotta be shine. Properties all across the board.
Oh!
If y'all don't know who Shine is, look up Shine and look what he did in the club. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, this song is amazing, and I'm not looking at the camera, and I'm not going to because I feel like every Kanye beat with a soul sample is amazing. So I don't know if y'all should take my word for that. This song right here just basically reminded me of Daytona. Like Ye and Push, they just make magic together. Those 7 songs, it was no misses, and this is 8 right here. I feel like Push always comes with the best bars when he's working with Ye. I feel like with Pharrell, it's more about the song structure. It's more about making a good song. Like this song, it was just like, all right, it's gonna be a little smooth hook in there, but I'ma still get my shit off too. Like, I'ma still let these niggas know I'm a great MC within this perfect beat. That sample was crazy. Like, Kanye, man. I don't know who this is too, but it was a little shot in there. I didn't catch when I first heard it, but I did run it back. I'm always keep it honest because I did hear top 5 something. It has to be to Aubrey because I don't know about him having any other issues with anybody else in the industry as far as anybody that would claim top 5. And we also know Pusha doesn't really do the subliminal sneak diss and shit. So, you know, but this is sneak dissing because I don't know who that's to. I might be putting my foot in my mouth, but this song right here, I feel like it's going to be looked at as one of Push and Kanye's best tracks together. Like the Monopoly line. I don't know if that was him, or I don't know if Kanye was going back and forth with somebody, or was that just him? I'm not sure, but I like the little add-on at the end. Now, this is the joy I've been waiting on. I'm sorry, but I don't care about none of these other songs except this one. But the fact that the Phase On Love bar got ruined for me, I'm kind of mad. Well, I didn't hear it, but I seen it on Twitter, and that's when I had to log out. You know, it's Sunday, so 2 days without Twitter. My favorite Push song of all time is with Jay-Z. So you can see why I'm excited for this. Drug Dealers Anonymous was... I think Push got Jay on that, honestly. Let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments, because I really do want to know how most people feel. When these two link up, they always come with their best. Well, I can say Pusha comes with his best. I won't say Jay, because Jay really be playing with these niggas, man. Like, he be acting like he trying, but he's really not. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he can get beat on a Drug Dealers Anonymous, because he's not trying his hardest. But I like when Jay steps in the arena on these type of songs and him being able to push artists to expand their pen just a little bit more than they usually do. That being said, song 4, Neck and Wrist.
You're supposed to put the first 500 in the safe and lose the combination.
I know I've already talked too much already. All right, listen, I know this, but it's like, damn, put the first 500 in the safe and lose the combination? This is why I love music. Because I'm broke, and these niggas is able to say something that I have never been able to say. Because the first 500 that I get, if I put in the safe, I'm never losing the combination. This sounds like that same drum pattern that he used for Moneybagg Yo's album. If y'all remember that song.
I promise you the floor plan's nothing like the model.
Easy flip. This bass gonna be crazy in the car.
Summertime, Winterfell. I'm the night king, the Colgate kilo. We fish scale niggas. Like we all Pisces, your big shit, my bubble. I'm still typing, she hoping that you let her go.
See, I feel like I'm walking off too much now.
Richard Price Flame gave birth to pipe dreams, now we here.
I like how Pharrell's hooks come off so effortless, but it gets the job done every time. Like, it doesn't sound bad, it doesn't sound great, but within the confines of his own production, it just sounds like it belongs. Him being able to incorporate his voice into his production is just amazing to me, and it's a talent that I don't think a lot of people shed light on. Oh, where you at, man? That's what I'm waiting for.
Rappers liars, I don't do satire. Neither I spend real money on fake watches, shockingly.
If that's not a Hove bar, I don't know what is. Either me or my wrist move mockingly. Like I'm not fake, and neither is my watch, nigga. It's the way he's able to like say he's richer than niggas without saying it. I feel like he's at a level where he says so much that it's so great to just hear anything else he has to say, because he's already said everything. Jay has so many fly quotes from 1996 on up to now. How can you still figure out ways to reinvent yourself, freestyle these lyrics? You know, because we all know Hove don't write. Nobody's caught Jay in a lie, so I have to. You have to stand on what he said. But with that being said, the flow is okay to me. A little unexpected. I don't know why Hove won't just come on here and rap like he should.
Little bird money, y'all talking Twitter feed. We got different sob stories. Say yes, soliloquies.
Oh my God, bro. Like, I blew bird money. Y'all talking Twitter feed. The bird is blue. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm pretty sure niggas know. But I'm in the moment. But I blew bird money. Like, Ben blew my fucking drug money. You still on yours, nigga.
Hove is gonna always be Hove. It was the universe will, cause Allah said so. And now
I don't like the fact that Jay stole the shine from Push's verse just based on the fact that he said some shit that a lot of people wanted to hear from him. There wasn't really no bars that stole anything from Push. So I can really see that Push still got him on this. Jay has a great way of coming on your track and saying a lot of shit that people want to hear, which reflects on why the verse is so crazy. But the song was fire. I'm gonna say that the song was hard. I didn't really like Hove's flow towards the end of the track. A lot of people say Jay wouldn't be here, Big was here. I feel like that's the easiest thing to say for anybody that's trying to slight Jay, because anything that Big did up to that point, Jay really wasn't in the way of that. They were two totally different individuals, and I feel like they would have been in the same lane somewhat because they rapped about some of the same things as far as the extravagant lifestyle and the drug past. Big and Jay, I feel like would have been able to coexist in the world. It's kind of scary that Jay made it to this level and a lot of people are still trying to slight him in that way. Jay really did a lot of shit after Big died. Not just for himself, but just for the culture in general. Like all the freestyles, all the remixes he hopped on. Like, he didn't have to do this. A lot of people have respect for Jay inside the industry, because a lot of y'all niggas wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this nigga. The song was crazy. I feel like Jay was a standout just because of what he was saying, even though I feel like Push's bars were a little more hard-hitting and heavier. Not my favorite flow and verse from Jay, but like I said, he just has a way of standing out on the track. Track 5, Just So You Remember.
don't leave my bed.
Okay.
We kept open dealerships. Mitch by Mitch, we built up our villages. Seeing you rappers.
This track just sounds like you going down a dark road and Pusha T is just commentating the whole thing. You might even be on a bike. It's like you just going down this dark road just waiting for something bad to happen.
Flew your bitch to Cuba for the thrill of it, but I ain't go to show you what you shoulda did. Tennis chains to hide on.
He flew her out for her to have a good trip. That's the type of shit right there that's gonna make a nigga kill another nigga. I'm not advocating violence at all, but it's like you at least gotta go with her to let her know that she's yours. Like she just out there for the streets to have. Like that's the most disrespectful shit ever. Like, and she probably flying first class.
Motion lights around it, meticulous. Architectural digest my premises.
All of that right there was just great writing because all he said was, my house looks great.
Billionaires were made out of middlemen. That hole in the attic was not for a ceiling fan. Army Celine, the wardrobe, just so you remember who you dealing with.
I know who I'm dealing with.
Book of blow, just know I'm the genesis.
And he ended it with it too. This nigga Ye, bro. This nigga Ye, man.
Fight for the bill, you niggas still.
Is this nigga still rapping?
I live in a world that never leaves witnesses. Just so you remember who you dealing with.
I don't know why that song seemed long as shit, but it was only 3 minutes. This reminded me of like the early Push Day, dark production, and he was playing this character in the movie, and it was like nobody could fuck with him, man. Like, listen, I'm telling you, this Drake situation, I'm sorry to bring Drake in this again, but this Drake situation really like revived Push. Like it really did. I honestly don't think Daytona would have been critically acclaimed as it was if it wasn't for the whole Drake situation. Even though, you know, the album was great in my opinion, it was a masterpiece, but of course, if there's anything attached to Drake, it's going to boost your album sales. You know, it's going to boost any coverage around your album. So, you know, I feel like this whole Drake situation really just had some feeling like he's up here compared to these niggas. Any feature with a nigga, I'm disinterested. Like he doesn't want to do shit with y'all niggas. He's cool with Ye and Pharrell. Like simply, that's what I'm getting from this track. I know I've been reincarnated by Aubrey, but like I just need to remind y'all niggas like who I am. Like I feel like y'all looking at me like I'm some nigga that just came out and just was able to, you know, put in a lucky one real quick just because I had some information on another nigga. Nope, no, I'm here to stay. I'm that nigga. I'm Pusha T. I feel like that's what this song was right here. Fuck y'all niggas. I'm him. Just so y'all remember. The way Ye just places samples, it's just perfect. And that's why I think a lot of people want to work with Ye. A lot of people want to work with Ye because he's Kanye West, of course, but like the way he structures, like he does what Pharrell does, but in his own way. The whole thing with Donda, he structured everything around everybody's vocals. It was a lot of acapella. This is what this song kind of sounds like. It kind of sounds like Ye is building something around Pusha's vocals. It just feels like Pusha is rapping in a particular way where Ye is able to form something specific around them. His vocals are giving off a vibe of what he wants Ye to form to create a song. Can't beat a Ye or Pusha track. This is another one right here. This is non-straight joints that I fuck with. Track 6, that's Diet Coke. I already reacted to that on my channel. I mean, my haircut was even worse then than it is now. Diet Coke, I thought it was good, but not great. I think the production carried Pusha through a lot of the track, especially through the first verse. The second verse was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. The second verse really made up for what he was doing in the first half of that song. Track 7, Rock and Roll, featuring Kanye West and Kid Cudi. Now, Kid Cudi came out and said some shit about him, you know, not doing another song with Kanye. This is the last song we doing with Kanye. Listen, man, why do you have to announce that? Like, why do you have to announce that you're not doing the song with Kanye anymore? We don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't know why, but everything that goes on in the good music camp at this moment in time, mainly because of Kanye West, it just seems a little theatrical to me. It just seems like it's planned out. It seems like it's plenty behind what we see as an audience. I'm not saying it's not true or anything like that, but it's just coming off as a soap opera show. Ye is so much above all of this shit that he doesn't have to do it. Like, he does not have to stoop down to the level of saying that he's gonna beat Pete Davidson's ass over a record with The Game. Like, I feel like, you know, get the fuck. No, we care about the music, so we back to the music, and I'm hoping this is a hard track, and it don't seem like this is the last song that they're gonna do together.
Tapping my phones, so I blurred out the faces. The new day.
Oh, Ye, man. Like, I just feel like Ye is setting up Push so perfectly to deliver a great album for us. Production is really bleeding through this project right now. It's not necessarily Push's lyrics, you know, even though he hit us with some shit. We only on track 7, but I feel like he already hit us with more bars than he did on Daytona. You know, with that only being 7 tracks long. But the production on here is real grand and intricate, and you know, it's just perfection built around it. I mean, Pharrell and Kanye.
All of the bracelets, the keys and the clothes, and know where all of the safes is. My son is like a work of art. His father's like Shakespeare. I've done the impossible.
All right, Push. I feel like that's a little bit of a stretch calling yourself Shakespeare. Yeah, I like the mention of your son though. At least something I'm getting a little bit introspective in this project so far. Other than Brambleton, Brambleton was a pretty introspective track as well. It still has something to do with his past drug life. And that Push has been so desensitized from telling us anything about his personal life. I'm glad that he dropped that line on here.
Here, a seat on my chest, coke dealers come to play here. Careers in the so what's really changed here? Still next to Ye in here.
I don't even hear what this nigga say. I'm not liking this Kid Cudi hook because it's coming off as somewhat experimental. I feel like Cudi would just be better off using his regular singing voice. Sometimes I feel like Cudi and Ye to a certain extent add on a little bit too much umph on their voice, a little bit too much distortion. But it's the simple things I like from Cudi in particular, and that's, you know, his voice. I like that it's so simple and it carries so much weight throughout his production. On this track, it just feels like I'm gonna just throw this on here, throw a little effect over my voice, and you know, there's the hook. And I don't think on this project that's gonna blow over well.
Roll of every 6, I done glowed every wrist, every plot got a twist. When you think of battleship points as I'm breaking down a brick, make the jumps at each level. Super Mario exists. All the spoons that were bent, all the fumes through the.
Do I have to fucking leave on? Like, oh my god, bro. Like, I'm not tripping. I know I'm not. Listen. Y'all know what he said. So he ain't wanted to throw this shit on his voice too? Where the fuck was this? Bro, see, Cudi, bro, like you don't have to throw that effect on your shit. Yay, you don't have to throw that effect on your shit. I just think that they just do too much sometimes. Like, Ye, that shit sounded horrible in my opinion. Now he would have come to end the song off on a beautiful note like this. Like you should have did this on the chorus. You know what's funny? I would actually like this song a lot more if Cudi and Ye wasn't on it. I know that can be somewhat a polarizing thing to say, but this is our first listen. I really don't like these two on this track. He was just fine doing this little simple flow, rapping about, you know, the success he had in his career by doing the same things he's been doing, selling dope. You know, y'all remember the J. Cole line? The neighbors think I'm selling dope. Motherfucker, I am. I feel like that phrase and that line right there just specifically relates to Push when it comes to this record right here. He's basically saying, I haven't changed careers. I'm still here doing the same shit I've been doing. I like when Kanye expresses himself through his music because I feel like that's the best music we're going to get from him. But it's just the sound of it. I really don't like the sound of it. I like him going over, you know, what him and Kim are going through in their whole situation, and him being introspective and real intricate and telling us what's going on in his personal life. But I always feel like with Ye being so much in the moment and him being able to do whatever the fuck he wants, he just throws shit together sometimes. And I feel like this verse is one of those things where he was just venting, wanting to get some shit off, and, you know, he chose Push's track to throw it on. I feel like it did a disservice to Push's track, just because I feel like it was unneeded. Track 8, called My Bluff.
Everything don't need to be addressed. The pull-ups like a FedEx truck. I can see some niggas around there right now.
I like that. We don't gotta tell you we coming. We just gonna pull up.
The oceanfront motels was
back to for real.
When you used to platinum, that gon' be bronze. Your favorite rappers dressing like the wizards and paparons. Everything don't need to be on time like the Amazon.
Shut up, Push. Just give me the fucking drop again. I heard the chorus already.
Calling my bluff, hello. Sometimes I wish my fan base was more like J. Cole's, but dope boys gotta be.
Is he saying his fan base isn't loyal? I'm trying to see where he's getting at, because I mean, J. Cole does have one of the most loyal fan base there is. You know, me being a part of it, I wouldn't say I'm a stan, but I'm definitely a fan. That's one of the most highlighted lines on this project for me so far, because the weight of it, you know, it sounds like he really means it. I love the production on this joint. I love the rapping, but I hate that it's so short. With Pharrell's production, it doesn't seem like Pharrell is giving him anything too different than what he's given him in the past. All the Pharrell songs, it can be its own project. It can be cohesive in itself. But with the Ye production, it seems like it's more off the rails and more experimental. This is basically to the rappers, well, not even to rappers, just to people in general. You know, call my bluff. You think I'm not the same person? Oh, yeah, call my bluff just so you remember. Just so you remember that I'm still that nigga. This whole project is shaping up as a sort of reminder from Pusha T, trying to remind us that he's still that guy and he still can rap. He still can, you know, reach out and get a Pharrell. He can still reach out and get a Ye, of course, and create an album worth talking about. Track 9, Scrape It Off the Top, featuring Lil Uzi and Don Toliver. I wasn't expecting this collab, but Uzi being with Nigo having that relationship with Pharrell, and Pharrell having that relationship with Pusha. You know, it all comes full circle. Don Toliver, I don't know how that, well, Travis, of course. Don Toliver, Travis, Kanye. Oh my. I just scraped it off the top. Oh yeah. Tell me what I gotta do. Pull up in a bucket crew. One for me and one for you. Yeah, I'm off the chain, I'm on the news. Oh my, this beat is crazy. It took a little bit for it to hit me. It's like, you know how kids play on like a xylophone when they're younger and they just going boop 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 boop. Pharrell is so talented. It seems like that's what he's doing on an MPC or some shit like that. Like that's what his beats sound like. They sound so fun, but also futuristic at the same time, and just like well put together. I gotta run that Uzi verse back though, cause it sounded like he was doing something. I said that you so good, my doors don't gotta lock. Watch the dirty money with oxy. I miss him cause I'm off of oxy. These niggas bigger than a damn proxy. Call my shooter, he said cop. Get that nigga plucked like a boogie. I like riches, hit like no. Oh yeah, this transition in the Dawn. This shit hard. I love when artists get another artist to speak from their perspective because they can't put what they're trying to say on the track any better than this next person can. Don Toliver has to be speaking from the perspective of Push on here. Because, I mean, Don Toliver has never rapped about this shit before. On Heaven or Hell, Jack Boys, The Life of Don. I think that's what that shit was called. He hasn't rapped about that at all. So I like when artists are able to put other artists in position on their album to rap from their perspective. Say carrots on my neck, my boy. That 100 bunny rabbits trying to get my boy. Cause we got banana clips on the text, my boy. And I can send it in this flow. Every threat, my boy. And the transition was perfect again. I'm gonna be honest and say I wasn't expecting that song to be as good as it was. I like how Push was able to camouflage himself with the young niggas. You know, my boy, you don't flow like that, boy. Beat was fucking crazy for real. I think the production on this joint is the most outside the box I've heard on this album so far. Uzi actually offered up a good verse. I ain't gonna lie. Like I was actually grooving to that joint, and he was rapping. He was rapping. Yeah, these niggas fake it in a proxy. Call up my shooter. He said copy. I'll fuck with Uzi's part a lot. Don Toliver too. Can't forget about you. You did your thing on here too. He did what Don Toliver does. Let's just add another layer onto the track, bring a different vibe. You know, adding some addictive vocals. Yeah, man, tough track, bro. I was not expecting that. Track 10, Hear Me Clearly with Nigo. Heard that on a Nigo project. Go check that reaction out if you ain't heard it. Track 11, Open Air. Yeah, you ready? This nigga really think he the Joker now. I'ma send it down the coast and load it there. Imagine hanging on a prayer knowing dope's in there. All that funny what I do a turkey drive and troll the mayor. When we feed the projects for most of the year. However you want to take it, you can take it. You know what I'm saying? We been giving out turkeys. That ain't the only thing we feed them. Ain't no Tonys in my circles, we so sincere. In these 10 crack commandments, I'm hey, niggas gonna stop disrespecting Tony. Cocaine in the open air, the boats is there, the notes is there, yeah, the ropes is there. I'm just waiting for the beat to drop again, cause it's about to be scary. Bricks like blocks, $1 dog collar, I'm plucking you fleas. See, none of those walking can fuck with the tree. And when they legalize that, you niggas blow it all, just trying to compete. This nigga only saying like 3 bars on the hook, and the way that the song was formulated so perfectly, where the beat wasn't even in the fucking realm when he was saying it, made it that much more potent. This album does not sound like he's far removed, and I don't know why I'm saying that because I wasn't expecting anything less. I love this track, and Push rapping about the past life of him drug dealing, with him being the Joker and this new villain character. You know, we pretty much don't know what the hell is going on with Push nowadays because he uses so much of what Hov said he doesn't use any of. Satire, like the satire and Push's bars. You don't know if he's actually being serious or just playing around. I feel like a record like this is just a laugh at the feds, like, Like, nigga, I did this shit already. You know what I'm saying? Like, and y'all didn't catch me. Y'all not gonna catch me now, even though I'm rapping about selling dope in the open air. All right, track 12, outro. I pray for you. Clips. LeBron. Oh, damn time we get a long song.
I pray for the same.
Oh, yeah.
For you. Ooh. I pray for you.
This about to sound amazing. I can already hear it.
See the phoenix rise from the ashes. Lightning struck cells from the plastic. The ankle of my sweat still elastic. Still do gymnastics. Then I'ma somersault backwards through these chapters. Land in the soft white. Cook it till it's
Oh, he going crazy right now, so I don't even want to stop the song. But I'm somersaulting back through these chapters. It just really shows me like what he's doing on this album. You know, he's reminiscing. Hov has been doing this his whole career. That's what Push is saying. He's been doing this his whole career, talking about his drug life, his drug past, his drug experience. So I think Push is essentially saying, why can't I do this as well? Why can't I do the same thing that Hov did? But I will ask Push, why do you want to do the same thing that somebody else has already done for themselves? I would think Push would want to venture off and actually talk about something else. But it seemed like with this project, he's cool with being where he is. He's cool with rapping about what he wants to rap about. He's not really too interested in focusing his energy on going in a different direction. The focus is coke every time.
Many gold bottles. Harold Melvin without the blue note. The past 10 years.
If he gonna shout him out, I'm gonna shout him out too. Shout out one of my favorite oldies groups, Harold Melvin and the Blue Note.
The kings of the Pyrex. How my brother's keeper if you listen and you dissect. All I talk is money if you listen to my dialect.
That was one of my favorite Push verses on this whole project.
Non-flashbacks, I get triggered by a sniff. These top fives only strengthening my myth.
Like, as soon as he come on, you could tell the delivery, the bars. Well, I heard Punch Bowl before this, so I'm not really too surprised. I feel everybody else probably would be if they didn't hear the Nego project.
Like I'm cutting it with Vicks. Slaving over stoves like I rub together sticks. In a suit and tie like you putting on the Ritz. 3 record deals show me ignorance was bliss.
Gonna pass the all you. That might be the hardest verse on this project. It's just so great to see Malice and Push together again after all these years. Like, it sounds so new. The production, the delivery, they don't sound old. Shit, man, that's Pusha T. It's almost dry. Like, what's gonna happen when it's actually dry? Is that the next joint we gonna get? Of the first listen, I'm already convinced than ever before that Pusha, he creates like cinematic vocal collections. Like, he doesn't create albums. I'm getting a little bit of a geek mode right here. Like, I'm in mode right now. So I just listened to the album. I'm about to go deep into it. This project comes off like a movie. Kanye and Pharrell are the directors and Pusha T is the main actor. More and more, it seems like Pusha is trying to mold his persona to be this Joker type figure. Like, the dude you should remember. The dude you shouldn't forget about. The dude you shouldn't fuck with. Like, remember when Tupac said, "I'm not a killer, but don't push me"? Like, that's what this album is giving off. He's setting it up like, look, I'm minding my business, doing what I do over here in the drug game. Real well, I might add. I'm doing it real well. But I will still come body y'all niggas if you force me to. I just love the way Push is able to talk about his past life. And it still seems so present today. Like, this nigga literally sold drugs 20 years ago. And it seems like he's selling them now. After this project, Push still has a great career ahead of him because he has such a niche fan base. And I feel like if you're a true fan of art and the genre of hip hop, I feel like you gotta respect him to a certain extent. I definitely think this nigga pushed his pen as far as this album goes. Because the first project we got, Daytona, it was only 7 tracks, so it wasn't too much room for him to fit the bars that he wanted to on it, even though that joint got bars too, crazy bars. With this album having a longer runtime, more tracks, more shit to get off, even though the tracks was like 2 minutes long. A lot of the tracks was 2 minutes long and too short for me. I'm tired of these short tracks. I love short albums, but I hate short tracks. Especially if I feel like I wasn't as fulfilled as I would be if I got a full-length track, like a 3:35 or 4 minutes for that matter. That ET bar, I'm still eating up. Like, I don't even know how I pieced that shit together right when I heard it. I watched too many fucking movies. That's what it is. His delivery was on point. Like I said, he didn't sound old at all. He still sounded like he belonged in 2022. You know, he got that kind of Hov effect to him. Like I said before this album started, I would like to hear more of a introspective side of Push. But hearing what I just heard, I kind of put my foot in my mouth because I'm actually happy with this project and then not being so introspective and, you know, so personable. Even though I would still love to hear that from him, I feel like this wasn't the project to get that off on. Oh, Ye and Pharrell. Can't forget about Ye and Pharrell. They did their thing as far as being actual producers on here. I'm going to say actual producers because it seemed like they actually formulated these beats around Push's vocals, and you know, as far as being conductors as well, and push and push. Look at me. Push and push in the right direction that's fitting for his style. I mean, he said it on here. He went back to the basics and got it done with the people that created the artist that is Pusha T. This is a fun listen, great listen. Nobody is able to rush my musical consumption, I would say. So I'm gonna be listening to this shit for a while. Just off first listen, I know I am. And I already been talking too much, so I need to end this video. Put what you think about the album down below. Appreciate y'all for watching, for real. Like, I really do. Like, I'm not one of them people that say I appreciate and I love y'all and thank y'all, and I really don't. Like, I really do appreciate it, for real, because y'all don't gotta watch this shit. Y'all don't gotta watch none of this shit. Yeah, man, that's all I got for this video. Thank y'all for watching again. It's a lot of shit going on in the music right now, so y'all gonna be seeing my face a lot and my voice. Hopefully y'all cool with that. But yeah, that's all I got. I'll see y'all in the next video.